Well, a judge in North Dakota temporarily blocked a trigger law banning abortions, giving the state's only clinic 30 days to relocate to Minnesota. Since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June, the Red River Women's Clinic has raised about $1 million through GoFundMe to help finance the move. So Tammi Kromenaker is the owner and director of that clinic, and she joins us now to talk a little bit more about the court's decision and the upcoming move. So you're the only clinic providing these services in your state, soon to be no clinics. Can you just talk about the day that you heard the Supreme Court's decision overturning Roe v. Wade? What was going through your mind at the time?
Well, after the leak, we had a preview of what the court was going to do, but to actually see it, in writing, and just the venom that Alito put into his decision was really devastating. But ironically, within 30 seconds of me seeing that Roe v. Wade was overturned, the phone rang and I had to pick it up and make an appointment with a patient. And I really had to pull it together. It was a really difficult call. I won't ever forget that phone call. That young person clearly did not know what was going on. She just happened to pick up her phone and call at that moment. But it was really hard to make that appointment at that time, knowing that the days were numbered here in North Dakota.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it was like. And let's talk about this temporary block of North Dakota's trigger law, which has brought you some time to relocate the clinic to Minnesota. How far is a new clinic from where you are now? And let's talk about what kind of disruptions that might mean down the line.
So we are very fortunate that the politically protected state of Minnesota is literally, 5 minutes away from where I sit right now here at the clinic in downtown Fargo. Our new facility is less than 15 minutes away. And that's why we made the decision to undertake this enormous task of opening a new facility, because we know that access is very important to our patients that we've served for over 20 years. They already face huge hurdles in getting here, some driving 3, 4, 5 hours just to get to Fargo. And then the next closest clinic would have been 4 hours away in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. The judge's decision didn't come down until 4 p.m. last Wednesday. We see patients one day a week on Wednesdays. So it was just a roller coaster of emotions that day. But we were ready to see patients next week. We wanted no disruption in services. We know how important this care is to patients. But the decision gives us some breathing room in order to really make the facility the way we want it to be.
Still, no easy task to relocate to another state, even if it's just 5 minutes away. $1 million was raised through GoFundMe. So I have two questions. What does that say to you about the desire to have this clinic remain open? And also, could you have relocated if you weren't able to raise that money?
Well, the crazy thing is that the GoFundMe was set up the day before Roe v. Wade was overturned by an ally, and the first goal was $20,000. And we've been scrappy. Independent providers always are the underdogs. I could have made that $20,000 go a very long way, but what it tells me is that people feel powerless, and that is a way for them to show their support for our clinic, show their support for the service. And now that we have the money, my business partner and I are sort of like, what were we thinking? How did we think we were going to pull this off without it? Because, half of it is already spent on physical plant upgrades. There's a new HVAC system that needs to go in for $150,000, plumbing $3,000, roofing $4,000. I mean, it's already spent. But it's really opening doors for us. And it's allowing us to dream and dream big, and we haven't done that in a very long time.
Tammi Kromenaker, thank you so much for joining us to explain your situation. We appreciate it.
Thank you.